Hello, everybody. I forgot to close the door. Give me 1 second. Okay. Hi, Dallas. Happy Thursday. I had to read what that said. Hi, Ashley. Hi, Patrice, Natasha, Karen, Capturing Beauty. How are you guys doing? Thank you for asking how my day is going. My day is going wonderfully. Yes, Dallas, I feel you. I'm actually like super tired, but I always feel energized when I come and speak to you guys. So I feel like I'm on like a natural high right now and it's getting me through my tiredness. Today is actually Vernon's birthday. So I've literally been juggling like work and then like making sure that he feels special. And then now I'm here talking to y'all. So after this live, I'm probably gonna like crash and go to bed. So let's see. Dallas, she said, I worked, I ate, came home, took a nap, and then I automatically woke up at 5:53 and said the live. I can't believe I'm on time. I'm glad you got in here. That's really cool. Hi, everybody. I'll tell him you guys said happy birthday. Hi, Raina. How are you doing? Rena, you're here. I haven't seen you in like a long time. Hey, girl. Hi, Myrna. I saw that you pre-ordered today. So yeah, I do want to go ahead and start and say, first of all, thank you for everybody who has pre-ordered their spaces for tomorrow's live. So in case you are, just catching up, tomorrow's live, Friday's live, is actually going to be a private masterclass where we're going to be talking about understanding how to read ingredients. And this is a really important class because there's so many products that have toxic ingredients that are actually detrimental to our health as Black women. And also you can waste a lot of money just buying everything you see, when if you knew how to read the ingredients, you could save yourself a lot of headache, a lot of wash days, a lot of money as well. So it's not too late to pre-order. You can pre-order tonight. I will go ahead and just get it done just so you don't forget, because when I go live tomorrow, that's when it won't be a pre-order anymore. So by the time I go live tomorrow, the price is going to go up to $19. And right now you can pre-order for $9.99. Thank you. Rena says, I love your blouse. Vernon picked it out. So I wore it today for his birthday. So you can pre-order by clicking the link in my description box. It says pre-order here. You just click the link and I'm going to be sending out access to the class tonight. So if you've already pre-ordered after this live ends, within the next like 2 hours, you're going to get a link that you can register for the class tomorrow on Friday. And I really want you guys to go ahead and pre-order now, because if it's something that you want, I'd rather you just go ahead and get it for the $9.99. I mean, if you want to pay $19 for it, that's fine. And it's going to end up being $35 after Saturday. So yes, thank you for asking this question, Miss B Love. When you pre-order the class, you're also going to get a replay. So you'll get access to the class live where you'll be able to have your questions answered. You're going to be getting the class for the best rate, and you also will get a replay that you can save on your computer and reference back at any point that you want. Thank you for saying that, because I wanted to answer that question. 2 people asked me that question today, so I wanted to make sure I answered that. Okay, perfect. Yes, and if you can't make it live, you can watch the class later, because I'm going to be sending out the replay. So even if you don't make it live, you can watch it whenever you want once you get the replay. Okay, I think we answered the questions about that. So let's get into today's live. And in case you missed it, you can pre-order the class by clicking the link in my description box. It's right at the top. Okay, yes. The comments are coming in like real quick. Ashley says, I just got it, and I just saw that you got it. So thank you, Ashley. I won't be able to make it live, so I'm happy to include the replay. Yes. And if you guys can't make it live, but you have like specific questions that you would like to have answered, you can email them to me at hello@PowerInYourCurl.com. You all usually ask like really good questions, but just in case you want to make sure your question gets answered, but you can't be there, feel free to email me. Okay, yes. Alrighty, so let's get started with today's live, which is 6 ways to make wash day easier. And this is a live that I'm excited about because I have definitely been the natural girl where my wash day took literally all day. Like seriously, I could detangle my hair for like 4 to 6 hours at some points in my journey, because my hair, I would let it get so tangled. Naturally, my hair just tangles like a web, and that just takes a lot of time to untangle. Like On a good day, it takes me about an hour and a half to detangle my hair. And that's super, super short. I understand most people, that's not what works for them. But for me, it takes a really long time to detangle my hair. So detangling time coupled with everything else, like I have 100% spent 16 hours on my hair before. And so I want to talk about this live because I just want to help you guys shorten the time if you feel like you're spending too much time on your hair, or like more time than you have to give, I guess I would say. And also I want to help take out some of the resistance around wash day, because I feel like when you don't know what to do, you don't do anything. And then that leads to a way worse issue than if you had just tried to do something a lot of the time. So the first way to make wash day easier is to give yourself a break. You don't have to do everything within that first day or within one day. I actually have a system where my wash day is broken down into 2 days, like consistently. I will wash and detangle on the first day. And then I will wash and detangle on the first day, and then I'll deep condition and style on the second day. And so basically after I detangle my hair, I'll let my hair dry with the conditioner in it. So I'm not going to bed with soaking wet hair. I'll put my hair in 2 braids or 2 twists or just something to keep it detangled. And then in the morning I'll wake up, I'll rinse my hair out, apply my deep conditioner, and just finish my wash day. And for me, this works really well because it allows me to take my time with my hair. Whenever I'm trying to rush to get from start to finish with my regimen, I notice that I cause a lot of breakage and I actually cause a lot more tangles, because when you are like putting a lot of tension on your hair and trying to detangle at the same time, you're actually just going to make your hair more tangled. So I like to break it up so that way I can rest, and I don't just put off wash day completely because I feel like I don't have enough time to do it in one go. So that can be a tip that might be helpful for you if you find that you don't just have a full block of time, you only have like little moments along the day. So my next tip is to thoroughly cleanse your hair. Now in our porosity class, we talked about like the different cleansers that work best for different porosities. And most people will need to use some type of like shampoo / like cleanser type of cleanser. Basically not a co-wash is what I'm saying. So that could be a moisturizing shampoo. It can be a clarifying shampoo. It can be a bentonite clay mask, an apple cider vinegar rinse, just something that you know is going to completely remove the product buildup off of your hair. Because when you have product buildup on your hair, it makes it way harder for your hair to accept anything, including the conditioner that you use to detangle, the new moisture that you're trying to install on the wash day. It just makes things harder. And it also, your hair usually doesn't turn out as well as you would like it to if you would start on completely clean hair. Now, there are some hair types who can use cleansing co-washes. And also, like if you work out, like using a cleansing co-wash midweek can be beneficial. So if that works for you, then you can still use that as your cleanser. But most people need an actual like shampoo type of cleanser. Yeah, I'm just looking through the comments. Okay, perfect. Okay, my third tip is to make sure that you're completely comfortable. I really feel that wash day is a ritual. Like it's something that you consistently do on a schedule. It helps you feel better. Like when my hair, at least me, I mean, that's just me. But when my hair is like tangled and matted, like I feel that. Like I can't really focus on things sometimes because I'm just concerned about how dry my hair is or how matted my hair is. So when I take the time to make sure that I'm really like honoring my hair, loving on my hair, giving it the moisture that it needs, it makes me feel better because I'm caring for myself. Like I'm pouring back into myself. You know, when you look good, you feel good, you attract good things, you put good things out into the universe. So I really like to make sure that I'm comfortable. Like I don't want wash day to be something that I feel like I have to do and I'm doing it like angry or any type of uncomfortable. So for me, I'll usually light a candle, maybe have some incense or my diffuser. That's what I've been doing lately. Like my essential oil diffuser, I'll put that in the shower with me so I can smell like lemongrass or eucalyptus while I'm in the shower. I like to listen to podcasts because you don't have to see something. You can just listen to somebody talk. And usually I'm listening to something that's also enriching my soul, my mind, my body. So two of my favorite podcasts right now are It's Juju Bay, I believe is what it's called, A Little Juju Podcast. I love that podcast. And Higher Learning with Raven Beasy, that's a really good podcast as well. There are like so many good podcasts out there. So if you guys have any recommendations, you can leave them in the comments. I would love to see them. So I'll listen to a podcast. I'll have my diffuser. I'll make sure like my husband knows, like, I'm on Do Not Disturb right now. I'm only focusing on my hair. And so that really helps me to be comfortable. Now, other things that you can do to be comfortable is get a shower mirror so you're not like blindly detangling. That's another thing that can kind of make your wash day go longer than it needs to be. When you can't see what you're combing, sometimes it just makes things longer because you'll get other sections mixed in, you'll over detangle because you can't really see that it's completely detangled. So that might be helpful to some of you. Also having a shower chair. This is something that I need to invest in because I stand in the shower for about 2.5 hours when I'm doing my wash day with the washing and the detangling time. So that can help you just alleviate the pressure on like your back and your shoulders and like your feet. So do whatever you need to do to make it comfortable. And just be present, like enjoy the ritual. You can talk to your hair. I know someone mentioned in a comment the other day that they talk to their hair during their wash day. I get downloads a lot of the time from spirit, like when I'm in the shower, like say my podcast ends and I have like another 30 minutes of just silence. Like I'll really get a lot of like messages to clarify like questions that I have. Like my intuition basically is usually very heightened during my wash day because I'm being very present with myself. And there's nothing to distract me. So use that time wisely. My fourth tip for making wash day easier is going in with a strategy. So before you do anything, you want to gather up all the hair supplies that you're using, all the hair products that you're using, already have in your mind, like for me, my regimen is I will shampoo, I'll detangle, I'll apply my deep conditioner in the shower. I'm going to sit under the dryer for 45 minutes. Usually there I'll rest, eat some food, maybe watch something to kind of like rest my body, and then I'll go into styling. But I know some people like you'll pre-poo first and then you'll detangle and then your shampoo, but you want to already have that process down before you start anything. Go ahead and gather, like, are you going to be using a moisturizing deep conditioner this wash day? Make sure you have that with you. Just gather everything up and make sure you have your strategy like, down. And if you need help understanding how to build a strategy for your hair type, my hair goal helps out with that. So my hair goal will help you identify like what are your goals that you have with your hair, and then how can you make sure that you're working on these goals every single week, every month, every quarter, you're checking in and make sure that you're on track. And so when you have like a strategy and it's a known strategy, you have this written down somewhere, you also want to make sure that you're documenting each wash day. So taking pictures of your naked hair, like hair with no product, can be super beneficial because you're able to see like the true condition of your hair without any products affecting it. And the best way to do that is on wash day. So if you take pictures every wash day, you can also use your wash day as a time to kind of reflect on like, say you've been taking pictures for the past 2 months, like, is my hair improving? You can basically just evaluate what you've been doing with your hair. So that's another way that you can use wash day to your advantage. So I'm gonna pause here really quick and just look at the comments. Lizzie says, I love my mirror. Yeah, it makes things way easier. Thank you for the podcast recommendations, Dallas and Julie. I'm gonna check them out. I've heard of the Friend Zone. I just never listened. Dallas says that she has a shower filter, and I actually do have the same thing. I have like a whole house water filtration system because I live in Jacksonville and the water here is like terrible. Like it's the 13th worst city for water in America. So I have a filtration system, and it makes a big difference. Whenever I use someone else's like shower, I can notice a difference in the water quality. It makes my hair, there's less minerals in the water. My hair is way softer. I have to clarify less often because I don't get like minerals in my hair, like building up on my hair. Raina says she plans her wash day the night before. Wow, girl, that's amazing. And Ashley says, since watching your lives, I've enjoyed wash day more. I'm happy. I always like to make sure, like, I don't like to go into wash day sad, mad, upset at all. Like, I need to be in high spirits before I do this so I can make sure that I'm doing, like, I'm honoring my hair, really. But okay, so my last two tips, the first, well, my second to last tip is deep condition, deep condition, deep condition. Deep conditioning is super important. I'm surprised this is like, I feel like I'm just now saying this on one of these lives, but deep conditioning is how you get that internal health of your hair. It's how you deliver the moisture and the nutrients internally to the hair strand. Devin, I actually said at the beginning of the live that I'm going to be sending out the link for the masterclass tonight. So when everyone was purchasing the masterclass, I said that I was going to be sending it on Thursday. And so I'm going to send it out tonight. But with deep conditioning, this is how you really help to heal your hair. When you love on your hair, it's going to love on you, basically. It's going to show, it's going to be its best when you're investing into it. So deep conditioning is how you do that. And you want to make sure that you're deep conditioning properly for your hair identity. So using heat, if that's what you need to do, if you have low porosity hair, most likely you need to be using heat. And you don't want to skimp out on this process because this is really where the magic happens. Yeah. And then my last tip for making wash day easier is to have tools that work for you. So I feel like tools can kind of make things easier, and I have all my tools here, so I'm just gonna get into it. Some of the tools that I like to use to make wash day easier, I do have a shampoo brush. So this is one of those like vibrating shampoo brushes, if you guys can hear it. And I usually will only use this on wash days where I feel like my scalp is just extra itchy. Maybe it just feels extra dry. Like I feel like I need to exfoliate it a little bit. I just used this maybe last wash day, I think. And this makes my job easier. It exfoliates my scalp in a way that my fingers can't. I love this. I don't use it all the time. And I wouldn't say it's completely necessary, but it makes wash day fun on the times that I do use it, and it makes my job easier, basically. Let's see. Another tool that I'm very glad I invested in, and it's like 1000% worth the money, is this Felicia Leatherwood detangling brush. This brush, I think it's like $14 or $15, and it saves me so much time. I've completely switched from finger detangling to using this brush. The key is just using the brush properly. So I have a wash day video where I show you guys how I use it, and I'm going to link it on the screen for everybody watching the replay. But I absolutely love this brush. I love it. Completely do not regret purchasing this. Something else that I use every single wash day that I think, I don't know if I've ever showed this on YouTube, excuse me, is this. Now, this is like a lapel pin, and I like to use this because of the point right here. And the reason why I like to use it is sometimes when I'm detangling my hair, like two strands will catch on each other, and then a single strand knot will start to form. So I'll put the pin into the knot, and then to stop it from forming the knot, and then I'll pull the hair out from around the knot. And so this is basically, this is something that I use like because I like to retain as much length as possible. I don't like to trim anything if I don't need to, because if I trimmed out all my tangles, like I wouldn't have any hair. So this is what I use to basically stop knots and tangles from forming to the point where it gets so bad that I can't get it out. So yeah, I really like this a lot. I've never shared it on here, but I use this every single wash day, and you can tell because like it's been in the shower with me a bunch of times. And then the last thing that I always have on hand during my wash day is my scissors. This is just the case that I keep it in, even though these are not main choice scissors. I threw these out because this is the old case. But I take my scissors with me into the shower, or I'll just keep it really close by in case I do get knots that I can't get out even with this. Then I don't want to rip it out, because ripping it out is going to tear the hair strand. It's going to cause split ends and more issues like later down in the long run. So I just go ahead and cut out anything that I can't detangle out by myself. So yeah, those are my tools, and by keeping those on hand, it makes wash day way easier. Because then, you know, when you need something, you got to get out the shower all wet and naked and go find it. So just having it on hand makes it easier. Let's see. Dallas says, I love the Felicia Leatherwood detangling brush. Thanks to you. Detangling is a breeze. I feel the same way. Like, I love this. I love it so much. I've also been using the hair journal app. That's a really, really good app as well. I love that for like keeping all of your progress pictures of your hair in one place. The hair journal app is what Rika is talking about. I'm not sure if I feel like they need to do some updates on it because it crashes a lot, but it's still a really good app. Rika, perfect. Okay. She says that she likes the Head and Shoulders shampoo. And Charmaine says, thank you for teaching me how to use the brush the right way. You're welcome. So when I first got this brush, I'm friends with two stylists who have also who have taught me about hair, and they both recommended it. And like, they would ask me like, oh, how do you detangle? And I was like, oh, I finger detangle. And they're like, what? Like, and I was like, yeah, I know. And it takes me a long time. And they both recommended this brush, but I was still kind of wary about it. They both let me know how to use it properly when I finally did purchase it. And like, they're right. Like, this brush is better than finger detangling, in my opinion. It's more gentle than my hands are. I have way less knots and breakage, and my hair is just so silky after I use it. If you want to watch it before I have a chance to link it, Tracy, if you just type in simple wash day, PowerInYourCurl on YouTube, it should come up. Okay, perfect. And Ken's, I actually have a video on what you're talking about. I have spider tangling too. It happens at the roots, not the ends. And I have a video called How to Detangle Matted Natural Hair that will walk you through like how I would finger detangle my spider web tangles. But the last thing that I wanted to show you guys is actually, if you want to see it, I don't know if you saw it already, is I wanted to share how much hair that I shed during my wash day, because we had talked about this in the shedding video and I forgot to take it into the live with me. So this is how much hair that I shed, I think my second to last wash day. Now this may look like a lot, but my hair is tailbone length, so it's really long. And I usually will go about 8 to 9 to 10 days before I detangle my hair. So for me, this is like honestly a very, very normal amount. This is kind of small, actually. I've had way bigger hair balls than this. And as long as I consistently shed the same amount of hair, I know that my hair is fine. If I ever notice like a super huge increase or uptick in my shed hair, then I'll kind of reevaluate some things. But this is a very normal amount of hair for me. Okay, perfect. All right, great. Rika says, what about if your hair is in braids? If your hair is in braids, some of these tools you probably couldn't use, but you still want to make sure that you're taking care of your hair while it's in a protective style, because your hair still needs moisture. Your hair still needs to be, your scalp still needs to be cleansed. Your hair still needs to be able to receive moisture. And so I'm planning on getting a protective style in the next few months. And I know that when I get that protective style, I'll most likely be like doing a modified wash day routine every 2 weeks or so, just so I can make sure I get my scalp, because I need to cleanse my scalp. Okay. So if you guys have any questions, I think I'll take like a few questions. Melissa says, thank you for showing that hair wad. I used to think I was going bald, but I had to account for all the days I hadn't combed my hair. Yes, that's literally it. I used to think the same thing. You guys, I literally saved my shed hair for months because I was like, let me just make sure there's no, like, it's a consistent amount of hair. So, and this was back when my hair was really, really long. I used to shed so much hair. But the thing about my hair is my hair doesn't come out like throughout the week. Like, you know how like just hair will naturally be on the bathroom floor just because it sheds out. Mine doesn't do that. My hair sheds and just stays in my head. Like, I can pull shed hair out, but it doesn't just naturally fall out. So if you're shedding 150 to 100 and 200 strands per day, and then you go 7 to 10 days without combing your hair, you're going to have a lot of strands of hair coming out. And then also, if you ever like look at the follicles on our scalp, like we have hundreds of thousands of hairs on our head. So like this, it seems like a lot, but you know, in the grand scheme of things, it's not that much. Is the Felicia Leatherwood brush better than the Denman brush? This is a really great question. So the Felicia Leatherwood brush, in my opinion, is better than the Denman. I've used the Denman before, like at the very beginning of my journey. And the thing about the Denman brush is it's actually designed to make curly hair straight. It's not designed to detangle curly hair. So we took that brush and we modified it to basically fit our needs. Like back when there weren't a lot of tools out there to help detangle curly hair, by taking out, like, you know, every other row of teeth because it was just too much. But still, the brush was never really designed to detangle curly hair. But this brush is designed to detangle curly hair. Like the way that it spreads apart, it doesn't really spread apart when you're combing though. So, I mean, I don't know. I guess that's a feature some people use. I don't know if my hair uses it. Maybe it does. I never looked. But it spreads apart. Like I like how deep the teeth are, because I feel like it really like gets in there without me having to break my hair off with my fingers. So I do feel like this is better than the Denman for my hair specifically. Yes, so I'll answer this last question from Dallas. I still understand shedding versus breakage. The easiest way to realize if your hair is shedding versus breakage, and I do this a lot, like when I pull the shed hair out. When you pull a shed hair out, there will usually be a white ball on the tip. That's how you know without a doubt that this is a shed hair, because the white ball is like from your scalp. If you have a piece of hair that doesn't have a white ball, then it's most likely breakage, especially if it's a shorter piece of hair that's shorter than the length of your hair. Now, I'll also have shedding, like of course on my hairline where the hairs are way shorter. And so whenever I get like a super short piece like that, I just make sure that there's a white ball on it. Then I know that it's shedding. And then Straight Up Fact says, do I have a discount for the brush? No, I wish I did. But I don't think that they offer discounts for this brush. So you can just purchase it from brushwiththebest.com. But alrighty, you guys, I'm going to go ahead and go. Make sure that you pre-order the class for tomorrow, because we're not going to be live on YouTube tomorrow. We're going to be in the private masterclass. If you need help creating a strategy for your hair routine, like making your wash day easier, you can purchase my hair goal guide, which will help break that down for you. Or if you're looking for personal hair product recommendations and like personal hair help, you can also click down below for my email to learn about curl coaching and how we can work together. So I really enjoyed hanging out with y'all this week. I'm happy that the weekend is here so I can relax. But I'm really happy that we've been connecting every day. And I'm excited to see you guys tomorrow in class. I will be sending out the link for the private masterclass classroom later tonight. So you guys will go ahead and be able to download Zoom. That's where it's going to be happening, on zoom.com. So if you need to download that, you can. And that'll be happening at 6:05 tomorrow. So, alrighty, you guys, thank you so much. I hope you have a beautiful night, and I'll see you YouTube on Monday. Thank you, y'all.